Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach, and that's the governor of Pennsylvania.
It's me, and that's Zach.
That's Josh Shapiro, and we're at the DNC. Can you describe the history that's actually taking place here in Chicago?
It's amazing. By the way, it really is here. This isn't like a green screen. We're really here. This is the Democratic National Convention, and I got to tell you, and maybe, Zach, you see this as well, it is diverse, young, old, people from the South, East, West, North. It's incredible. The vibrancy, the energy, the diversity, not just the people who are up speaking, the delegates who are here, it's really exciting.
But can you explain to everybody why now, right? Because yes, the energy is more infectious than it's been in a long time, but the stakes are also higher than it's ever been.
When you're going up against Donald Trump, a guy who wants to tear away our freedoms, a guy who wants to take away our democracy, the stakes couldn't be higher. And in Kamala Harris, we got a fighter who's for the people, who's going to stand up and protect our rights and freedoms.
Has there been anything that you've done recently in Pennsylvania that really has fulfilled you legislation-wise?
Oh, so much. Listen, we're funding our public schools at a higher level than ever before, investing more in public safety and the community, economic opportunities, so people don't have to leave Pennsylvania in order to get a job. And then finally, we've protected our rights and freedoms. We've expanded voting rights on my watch. We've passed meaningful criminal justice reform. Really proud of what we've done. And here's a fun fact for you, Zach. I'm the only governor in the whole country with a divided legislature. And yet we've still been able to bring Democrats and Republicans together to get that done.
So what can you take from that experience that, applies to what has to be done moving forward? Granted, we want to win all parts of the government, right? Come November, but maybe we don't. How do you take that?
No, we do. But I think what we also really need to do, no matter who wins what, is we got to find ways to bring Democrats and Republicans together. We got to find ways to work in common purpose. So listen, Zach, out of 10 issues, you and I might not agree on 10 out of 10, but if there's 7 or 8 things we agree on, let's work on those and ignore the 2 or 3 things we don't agree on. Let's find common ground. That's what I'm trying to do in Pennsylvania. And that is what I think we need more of in this country.
Can we talk about the education, right? You're investing in education, firm believer in education equality, same education for every zip across the state. I also believe that real estate prices shouldn't kind of be affected by education, right? In New Jersey, in California, the price of your house is determined a lot by location and what school's in your neighborhood. How do you fix that?
A big reason why you see property taxes go up is when our public schools are underfunded. So actually, when you invest in public education, you take the burden off the local taxpayers and you make it easier for them.
So, okay, how do you take the best curriculum in Pennsylvania and roll that out across the state? Is it solely money that's needed?
So, well, look, money's important to make sure schools have what they need. But in addition to just writing checks, we're also solving big problems. We're putting meaningful numbers of mental health counselors in our schools. I brought about universal free breakfast. My wife, Lori, our First Lady of Pennsylvania, led the way on making sure that we had period products, pads and tampons in schools so young women and girls have what they need in the restrooms. It is really, really important that we solve problems and invest in our schools, and we're doing that in Pennsylvania.
I think the first law you signed into place was screenings for women who, were at risk for breast cancer, correct?
That's exactly right. Common sense stuff. Look, that's actually what the American people want. They want you to solve problems. I'm a sports guy. They want you to put points on the board for them every single day. And having breast cancer screenings and other cancer screenings available, free of charge or with really limited cost, that's something that's going to help women stay healthier.
Can we talk about what you did as it relates to jobs? I think it's 93% of jobs within the government of Pennsylvania require college degrees.
Now, no longer.
No longer require college degrees. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. Listen, I think that we've had too many artificial barriers to entry for economic opportunity. So literally on day one, I signed an executive order doing away with the college degree requirement for 93% of our state government jobs. That's over 66,000 jobs that are now open to anybody. And in my year and a half as governor, over 60% of our new hires don't have a college degree, proving that we're opening up those doors of opportunity for more people who have historically been shut out.
Opportunity, purpose, job education, a lot of things that are more important than maybe a college degree.
There you go.
So what are you doing in Pennsylvania that you want to see rolled out throughout the country?
Look, I think most of what we're doing in Pennsylvania works across the country. great quality schools, safe communities, economic opportunity, and I want to see a lot more freedoms and rights protected. We've expanded voting rights. We've protected reproductive rights. We need to do that across the country. We will when Kamala Harris is our president.
How about mental health? Gen Z, queer individuals face mental health at a rate that most people do not.
I talked a lot about mental health during my campaign. And I got to tell you, Zach, it never showed up in polls or any of that stuff, but it was something I was just like deeply passionate about. I heard from so many young people in their schools who would say to me, like, I need help. I need a counselor. I need someone I can talk to. And I said, listen, you give me the chance to be governor, I'm going to make sure we invest in that, and that's exactly what we've done. We need to have an honest conversation about mental health all across this country.
It's true. And I think it's more important now than ever.
It's true.
What are your thoughts on internet and social media use as it relates to the next generation? Should it be regulated?
Yeah, I'm sort of against regulation. Not that I think kids should have access to things that are inappropriate for them. Obviously, we need to protect against things that are obviously dangerous, child pornography, things like that. But in terms of consumption of appropriate material, I'd like to leave that conversation more between the parents and their kid, the guardians and their kid, appropriate uses at school. And I also want to teach kids about digital literacy so that they can make smart choices about when to use their devices and how.
What do you see in your own home that it affects your kids, that you feel like are affecting tens of millions of kids all across the country?
I mean, Lori and I are blessed with 4 kids. Right. Now, they're at different ages. We go from 22 down to 13.
That's a good scope.
It's a good scope. And look, for each of them, it is really important that we monitor their use differently, kind of limit maybe the things that they put out there, that they post, because I don't want them to get affirmation from how many people like a post. I want them to get affirmation from their lives, the decisions they make, the friendships they have. So we don't shy away from social media, but we just want them to use it in a healthy way, and I want to empower parents to make those decisions for their kids as well.
I think that would be healthy for everybody, honestly. Moderation is key, huh?
Exactly.
So, okay, thoughts on New Jersey? I'm from New Jersey.
You're asking a PA guy?
Yeah.
Come on. We got better food.
Okay.
You guys got good beaches. We have Lake Erie, but you got really good beaches. But
we have great pizza.
Yeah.
We have great bagels. What do you have
good bagels.
Where's your great food? What are you talking about?
Come on, man. We got the Philly cheesesteak. We got Old Forge pizza.
Okay.
Come on, man. We put French fries on our salads in Pittsburgh. We're eating our sandwiches. Come on, man. Jersey doesn't do that.
Okay, what is Pennsylvania doing that New Jersey should start doing?
I don't know. Look, Phil Murphy's a great governor. You're going to get me in trouble, but Jersey's doing its thing, we're doing our thing, and we're working together to make sure Kamala Harris gets elected.
Out of pure personal curiosity, my last question is, how does the tri-state work together? Because you all talk to each other constantly.
We actually really do.
You have to.
We do, and kind of the tri-state is a little bit different depending upon the issues. So let me explain. I'll talk to Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, and Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey, on issues important to kind of the eastern side of our state. Then the western side of our state, I engage with Ohio, West Virginia. So it kind of just depends on where you are. Maryland, of course, is a really important partner as well.
Yeah, you handled everything that happened in Ohio and the train derailment beautifully. Yeah.
Thank you.
Really hard thing, and
Thank you.
Something that should be addressed moving forward, no?
Thank you.
As it relates to, I don't know, the big corporations' ability to poison our water.
Listen, we took millions of dollars from Norfolk Southern and put it into the pockets of the community in Pennsylvania that were affected. But we need real federal legislation. And the problem was guys like J.D. Vance, the senator of Ohio and Trump's sidekick now, as soon as the lobbyists for the railroad industry came, he got really afraid, and he backed down from actually protecting people from the railroad industry.
Brother, people are assets, right? People are assets.
Yeah.
They should be treated as such. Health is a big thing.
Yeah, big
Keeping
time.
our water safe.
Yeah, that's what we're doing in Pennsylvania.
Okay, last question. 5 songs you're listening to right now that matter to you.
So I'm a country guy. I'm really into bar song, Shabuzi.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Luke Combs guy.
What from Luke Combs?
I mean everything. Better Together is great. I love Morgan Wallen. I actually was just listening to Umbrella, Jay-Z, and Rihanna on the way over here. So I don't know. I like everything.
Well, you have taste.
Yeah.
Well, Governor, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, man.
I really appreciate you doing this.
Zach.
Yeah, really. Thank you for doing this. What does your bracelet say, by the way?
Someone gave me this in the hall the other day.
Get shit done.
Get shit done. That's our motto in Pennsylvania.
You get shit done.
There you go.
It was an honor talking to you.
Thank you. You too.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.